Hi, I'm Ryan with Michigan Truck Spring, truckspring.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to measure and identify heavy-duty air springs for trucks and trailers. On the table, I've got the most common types that we see. This is a single convolute type. It looks like a tire laid on its side. A double convoluted, which looks like two tires laid on their side. And a triple convolute that looks like three tires laid on their side. On the end is a 1T type bag, also called a rolling sleeve. These will be the most common you run into on a daily basis, and I'll explain how to measure the different types. I'll start with identifying a convoluted type bag. The single, double, and triple convolute bags are all identified and measured in the same way. The first step on any bag is to identify the rubber assembly. It's marked in an oval, stamped into the rubber with a number. This will identify the weight capacity and travel of this air spring, and it'll limit down the amount of bags from hundreds to between 5 and 30. The first step is to measure the top plate. On a convoluted type bag, you'll use a bead plate for the top and bottom. You'll measure the diameter across the top of the bead plate, center to center on any mounting points. This bag has threaded holes or blind nuts, and note locations of any airports. This has a threaded hole for an airport. On the back side of the bag, it also has two threaded holes, and you'll measure the distance between those. Noting the clocking of the ports is also important. These are lined up with the bottom. In some bags, they may be turned and maybe 90 degrees different. On a convoluted type bag, there's no measurements for extended height, but there is a collapse. So make sure any fittings that are installed are removed, collapse the bag, and measure from a flat surface to the top of the bag. These are a 1T or a rolling sleeve type bag. They're called that because when the bag collapses, the rubber rolls up under itself. This is the same part number bag, one in a collapse and one in an extended configuration. You'll start measuring these or identifying these in the same way. You'll look for the markings on the rubber. That'll identify the bellows, which will give you travel and weight capacity. You'll start then by measuring the top plate or the bead plate. You'll grab your diameter across the bead plate and measure between your mounts. This bag is using a combo stud, which has a 3/4 thread on the outside and a 1/4 inch pipe thread on the inside for an air fitting, and a stud. You'll measure center to center between that, and again you measure the diameter. The base of the bag will be measured in a diameter. You'll note the mounting style, which this bag is using a threaded hole or a blind nut. And you'll also want to note the height of the base. When measuring the height of the base, you can normally slip a measuring tape inside the base to get a correct measurement. For a height of the bag, you'll compress the bag as far as you can. This one is in a compressed form now, and you'll measure from this plate to the bottom of the base. And then extended, you'll fully extend the bag and measure the same, from the base to the top plate. Some bags have unique features that are specified by the manufacturers or designed for. This bag comes with a bracket. It is removable by taking the nut off, and you'd just be left with a simple stud. It also has a locating type air fitting, so it has no threads on the outside, but this would be used as a dowel pin that locates it in a bracket or a frame rail with a national pipe thread on the inside. On the base, it has a larger than normal mounting stud. Features like that would set this bag apart from others and make it a little easier to identify. This bag is just using a standard stud and a combo stud. Again, this has a 1/4 inch pipe thread fitting on the inside, and on the outside it's using a 3/4 inch thread. This is a blind nut or just a threaded hole. It's a very common mounting type used on bags where it will just accept a bolt. And then for an airport, it's using a 1/4 inch pipe thread threaded hole. Some suspension bags will come with an internal bump stop. When you deflate the bag, you can feel it rock on this bump stop. That's put in place to prevent damage to suspensions when they are deflated. Hopefully this video has clarified some of the identification points, the mounting styles, and the measurement methods that you use when identifying these heavy-duty air springs. As always, if you have any questions, you can call us at 1-800-358-4751 or contact us on truckspring.com.